this evening.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Rival Gardens, technology is one of the fastest growing sectors in the world, but for many years, Guyana has been left behind. But not anymore.
Really no excuse now in Guyana to say, I don't have access to the internet, because more than likely there is an internet hub, an ICT hub, somewhere close to where you live.
Minister of Public Telecommunications, Kathy Hughes, explains that her ministry has been working assiduously to bring internet to communities who have never had such technology before.
Yesterday, we opened up our 110th. So we've done 110 ICT hubs, and they are almost in all regions. Most regions have at least 4 or 5, in some cases 6, depending on the size of the region.
A full listing of all ICT hubs can be found on their website, mopt.gov.gy. These ICT hubs are more than just free internet cafes. They are places that will bring tangible benefits for all Guyanese. Additionally, through the e-government unit, persons will soon be able to access hundreds of government services from the click of a mouse.
In time, you would be able to do your total passport application, your total driver's license, your business registration. All of those you should be able to just go on a computer and go through the entire process of completing it, sending it back to the requisite agency. They send it back to you. They mail you your business certificate. They mail you your TIN number. They mail you securely your passport. So the thrust is that it will eliminate people having to go to all these agencies 4 and 5 times to get a form, to line up, to come back, to... You know how the story goes.
Knowledge is power, and by giving the least advantaged communities access to the internet and government services, the MOPT is empowering the nation as a whole. The Prime Minister is back. Esther Sobers tells us more in this report.
Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu has returned home after spending several weeks in the United States recuperating from a successful heart bypass surgery. Today, the Prime Minister, accompanied by his wife, Sita Nagamutu, and his eldest daughter, Maria Nagamutu, arrived at the Chadijagan International Airport at 17 hours this morning to a warm welcome from several government members, including Minister of Natural Resources, Raphael Trotman, and Member of Parliament, Michael Carrington, and well-wishers. In February, a routine medical examination done in Guyana revealed that the Prime Minister had some cardiac issues and had to undergo the heart bypass surgery at a medical institution in the United States of America. Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. The capital city is currently hosting an international conference on education. Wendell Jeffrey spoke to some of the representatives on the sidelines of the event and filed this report.
Today, the School of the Nation launched a Caribbean Conference on Educational Leadership. It is going to be a 6-month course that will begin here, and today was the official launch. A number of the persons who will be conducting the courses and teaching the classes spoke to Channel 2 Headline News, as you will hear in this report.
This is the opening of the Caribbean Conference on Educational Leadership, and the idea of this conference is to launch the Certificate in Educational Leadership that we are offering here at Nations in collaboration with the Ministry of Education. We're delighted to have a partnership with Limited Resource Teacher Training from England. They're going to be sending 30 teachers here for 1 month in June, July, and we're going to work initially in the Northwest District.
I'm here with Lucille Marquez, and she's from Cambridge University. Tell us a little about what you'll be doing here in Guyana.
What I'm here basically is to support the launching of the Educational Leadership Professional Development Qualification that Cambridge International will be working on with School of Nations. We believe in improving education for young people to make... They're going to rule the world, and the world is a messy place, I would say. We haven't, as adults and the people before us, we haven't done a very good job of it.
How many other countries in the Caribbean are participating in this program?
None.
So Guyana is the first?
You're the first. You're the first, and you're one of 130 countries in the world that are working with our PDQs, we call them, Professional Development Qualifications.
Is this the first time that you'll be doing this, or you've done this before in Guyana?
Never. It's our first time, and we're very happy.
Dr. Franzen Romani, you're here, and I understand that your specialty is entrepreneurship, and that is one of the things that you will be spearheading here in Guyana. Tell me a little about it.
The reason, we moved into health, education, farming, and always you find something missing. There is a missing link. And the missing link was really finding people jobs. Because you go to many countries, they have got a very good, young, educated people, but there are not jobs available for them.
I understand that you've done this in other countries.
Yes.
What are some of the other countries that you...
Well, we have done pilot. When we started it about 4 years ago, we did pilot projects in Gambia with help of Yasin, in Zambia, in South Africa, and in Iraq, of all the places.
Tell us a little about what it is you are here to do.
So I'm here to share stories of how you look at a local population, and instead of having a deficit perspective, instead of thinking we don't have this, we are poor, we can't do this, you look at the community and you say, okay, we at least have this, that, and we can use those to start making change, and then other resources, when they come, will find us helping ourselves. What we say is we don't have girls that have the potential to drop out. What we have are girls that are resilient enough that they've stayed in high school. So we're going to look at them, and we're going to look at their skills and their talents, and we're going to help them earn a scholarship. And using that scholarship and their talents, they can also start their own small business while they're going to school.
George's program that they'll be having here is the first of its kind in the Caribbean, and some folks are saying that the Guyanese students are already amounting to be among the best in the world. Those who are teaching the courses are excited about being here, and they're already asking that some of the concepts that we have been practicing here in Guyana, the academic concepts, they're asking that we bring it to the Gambia and to Afghanistan so that it can be replicated. And so already, even though the courses have not yet been completed that are being taught, the concept and the consensus is that Guyanese students have the capacity to be among the leading academics in the world. Back to you, George.
Thanks, Wendell. After the break, the family of a car accident victim demands justice. But first, here's today's foreign currency exchange rates. Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
People will try just about anything to lose weight these days. But nothing works better than proper dieting and exercise. So if you're guilty of eating the wrong foods, not finding time to exercise, or can't afford a gym, join Safe TV Channel 2 for Body and Spirit. Aerobics workout with Dick Nunez.
Hello, I'm Dick Nunez. Welcome to Body and Spirit Aerobics.
Weekday mornings from 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. Don't hesitate. Act now, because your greatest wealth is your health.
Welcome back. The family of a car accident victim is complaining over what they perceive is a lack of attention given to her case. Esther Sobers brings us that story.
On the evening of March 23rd, Iona France was involved in an auto accident along the Houston Public Road. Now, her family is upset as they believe the police are investigating the case in a slothful manner. According to France's reputed husband, Sidney Yard, the police have released the driver, Oswald Michael. Yard alleges that Michael is the guilty party.
The driver stated that the woman ran into the car, which is she whole left side. The doctor don't tell me before we got there. She whole left side. She shoulder, she leg, and she left ribs, break, and puncture she lungs. Right, that's all what could tell me. Right now, she's critical in the hospital. But we know what's going on with the matter whatsoever.
And what has happened to the driver?
Well, they said the driver get bail. Because we saw the car in there on the Friday, and the car is not in there anymore.
Yard also mentioned that he had a brief confrontation with the driver.
I hear a gossip. So this guy said, "Does the driver will be driving the car?" So I said, "Me know." But he just walk up to, I tell you by morning and so. I said, "Man, you own a HC 6412? He said, "Yes." So I said, "Okay, so you had an accident Friday night with a lady?" He said, "The lady running the car." That's what he tell me to again. So he said, "Okay." So I said, "Anyway, the lady is my wife, right? What you want? What you want? What you want? You want a conversation?" And I ain't seen her telling you nothing, I just walk away and continue to come do my work.
Since his wife's accident, Yard divulged that his wife is now partially paralyzed in the hospital and the family is finding it difficult at home without her presence.
Rough. Real rough though, because me won't go around right now, I have also go home, also for cook. Well, which daughter them is go to the hospital and so now. Because she 3 daughters there behind every day. She 3 daughters them all running to the station to and all. For finding out what really going on and so when they get to know kind of thing I would say you got to talk to the commander or what? The sergeant or something like that, you know. So that was it.
According to police sources, the driver reports to the police station frequently and the police have done all the necessary steps when investigating the matter. They will continue to do so when the victim is feeling better and is able to give her statement. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Minister of Finance Winston Jordan stated that financial and technical assistance to the tune of $900 million will be directed into the country's key development areas, including economic infrastructure, rural development, human development, and trade, as well as competitiveness. As such, he assured that the government is continuing their focus on providing strategic approaches for the economic well-being of Guyana. This includes strengthening national planning, building a robust oil and gas industry, and consolidating the macroeconomic fundamentals, among others, saying, quote, "Guyana has recently adopted a public-private partnership framework, which we recognize has the potential to expand the resource envelope for public sector investment in a prudent, efficient, and effective manner. This framework provides a structured platform for local and external private sectors to meaningfully engage with government to achieve economic development." Minister of Finance Winston Jordan made these comments during his speech at the 43rd annual meeting of the Islamic Development Bank Group in Tunisia. A group of senior citizens were treated to a trip to Splashmans, courtesy of caregivers of Agricola. Here's Wendell Jeffrey.
George, today the Caregivers Association of Agricola had their annual trip to Splashman, and as they were boarding the bus here in Agricola, we caught up with them, and they were very excited, and some of them shared their views on the trip and the association. Here's their take.
It's a good privilege for the seniors and the we get to meet at least once a year, that we could interact with each other.
I feel good about the trip. It's good that you can come out and you can interact with other seniors like yourself and from different churches, different congregations.
Many times you find the younger folks don't have the time to take the seniors out, and so the caregivers movement have taken the time to bring the seniors out. For example, like Mr. Norva, you see he's in a wheelchair and people forget these people. So the caregivers movement has taken the time and the opportunity to let these people get to meet with each other and interact and have a good day. They have fun time. They have nice games. We always start with God. We have prayers throughout, you know, on our going and our coming. We have prayers. And you can see the joy in the seniors' face that they've got this opportunity. Sometimes we play a little domino. We have a little saw house, even though some of them can't run because, you know, some of them have a little foot problem, a knee problem. But all in all, God is good, and we are thankful for even the ministry that has provided the bus. But we think that the seniors we need to pay, the younger folks need to pay more attention to the seniors.
I thank God for the caregivers because we can unite together from different churches. I thank God for this group because we are blessed. And I thank God for keeping each and every one of us so that we can go off and unite with one another. Because it's the only group that we can come out and reach up with one another and give our views, and we can play and we can talk with one another and we can interact in different ways.
Ingrid Cadell is the leader of the group. She is the founder member of the group, and we got her just as she was boarding the bus, and we asked a few questions about the association and indeed about the trip to Splashman today. Here is Ingrid Cadell.
I am from the president of the Caregivers Great Movement Association. And what is happening today, it's 8 years now, it's an annual event. We are taking our seniors to Splashman. You know, my occupation was a caregiver, and so I understand fully what it is to be a caregiver and what the seniors are, the issues in the seniors' life. And so that is why we decided to form this group, and it's an active group. And I'm also grateful to Splashman administrator because the waiver he gave the seniors waiver to go in.
The trip to Splashman is a part of a number of things that the group does over the year. They have sporting events, they do fun walks, they do runs, they raise, do fundraising, they have church services, they have birthdays, celebrations, and so they do a number of things. It's a real active group here in Agricola, and it keeps the senior folks engaged and busy, and no doubt they would have had fun as they head out there and had a good time at Splashman. Back to you, George.
Thanks, Wendell. Join us after the break for your regional news, your international news, and more. Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook, Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
Seems like people will try just about anything to lose weight these days. But nothing works better than proper dieting and exercise. So if you're guilty of eating the wrong foods, not finding time to exercise, or can't afford a gym, join Safe TV Channel 2 for Body and Spirit. Aerobics workout with Dick Nunez.
Hello, I'm Dick Nunez. Welcome to Body and Spirit Aerobics.
Weekday mornings from 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. Don't hesitate. Act now, because your greatest wealth is your health.
Welcome back. Here's Bibi Bacchus with your regional and international headlines of the day.
Some 6 persons have been taken into police custody following an operation on Wednesday in which a huge amount of counterfeit goods was seized from 2 wholesale establishments in downtown Kingston. The goods, which were hauled in from Chinese-operated enterprises, are estimated to have a combined value of close to $400 million. Almost the entire stock in the 2 stores, primarily sneakers and other shoes and clothing items, were said to be counterfeit name-brand products. Caribbean dental practitioners have been encouraged to fully explore the dental tourism market as they seek to grow their practices. Barbados Senior Medical Officer of Health, Dr. Arthur Phillips, explains. With the capital of skilled regional practitioners comparable to that of any developed country, along with the available technological resources at affordable costs, the Caribbean, with its sun, sea, and sand, provides us an opportunity to sell a unique dental tourism product in the best vacation spots. And in international news, Brazil's ex-president Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva will be jailed while he appeals against a graft conviction. He is facing 12 years in jail on charges of accepting a bribe, but had asked to remain free during his appeal. Lula claims the charges are politically motivated and designed to prevent him from running for president in October. He has a lead in opinion polls. The Supreme Court judges ruled against him by 6-5 after a marathon session which ended in the early hours of Thursday. And finally, leading AI experts have boycotted a South Korean university over a partnership with weapons manufacturer Hanwha Systems. More than 50 AI researchers from 30 countries signed a letter expressing concerns about its plan to develop artificial intelligence for weapons. In response, the university said it would not be developing anonymous lethal weapons. The boycott comes ahead of UN meeting to discuss killer robots. Reporting for Channel 2 Headline News, Bibi Bacchus.
Thanks, Bibi. Now for your 7-day weather forecast and this week's spiritual attraction schedule. And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Thursday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook and YouTube, as well as our website, headlinenewsguyana.com. You can also tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast, and Monday evening at 7 o'clock for more news. For now, I'm George Gonzalez, signing out from this newscast, saying thank you for welcoming us into your homes, and do have a blessed week.